Hello everyone, it's Mariah and today I'm going to be doing a huge book outlet haul for you guys. They had their Boxing Day sale and I went a little nuts because they had a deal where if you spent $100 you got $45 off. So everything I'm about to show you I paid about $70 for. That includes shipping and everything else. I think I have about 22 books in here to show you guys. If you guys don't know what Book Outlet is, it is a website which I will link down below for you. Basically, it's resale books, books that either have been used or that I guess they had too many of at the store, but most books you can get for a decent price. There's some newer books on there. Most hardbacks that aren't scratch and dent that are new copies are around $6 or $7, and those paperbacks are worth $3 or $4. Just depends on what you get, and you can get some scratch and dent books that are used for sometimes only $1 or $2. The first book I got actually was a signed autographed copy, and I did not know that's what it was, so I was super excited when I got it, and that is The Unraveling of Mercy Lewis by Kiaj Parsinian. I believe that's how you pronounce their name. If not, let me know how you pronounce it down below. But if you open it up, it's signed right there, which is super neat. Some of the books are signed and you just don't know until you get it. So this book, all I know about is Mercy Lewis is the basketball star of the high school basketball team, and she's adopted, and I know that like she's getting secret messages from her birth mother, and then all of a sudden she collapses, and after her more people start collapsing, and I guess it's a mystery thriller type thing trying to figure out what's happening to all the people, and it's based off in Texas, I believe. So I'm really interested to see what this one's about. The next book I received was The Walls Around Us by Nova Ransuma. I've heard a lot of good things about this book and I just love the color. I was drawn by the cover and the story. This book's about three girls. Their names are Violet, Amber, and Oriana. One's a dancer, one is in juvie or was in juvie, and the other one I believe is supernatural, so it's a ghost. Somehow their stories combine, they cross paths, and they go on a journey together, and it sounds really interesting to me. This is also one I can't wait to pick up. The next book I'm super excited about because I've read into this a lot and I've been really wanting to pick this up. This book is The Sculptor by Scott McCloud. This is a graphic novel, and I have not really read any graphic novels before, but I figured this would be a good one to get started with because it really interested me. This main character, he makes a deal with death, I believe, so that he can sculpt anything he wants, but the deal is he only has, I think, 100 days or X amount of days to live, from what I understand, and I believe there's a love story that starts. Plus, if you take the jacket off, the naked part of this book, it's so simple but so gorgeous, and like I've said, I have never picked up a graphic novel before, so I'm really excited because this seems really interesting to me and a little bit out of my comfort zone. So I'm pretty excited to pick this one up as well. And I need to stop saying that because I'm saying that about every book because I'm excited to pick up every book I have. The next book I have is another one I heard a lot about, and that is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. I've heard a lot of good things about this. It's a contemporary book, and most I know about it is the main character had plans to go off to college and she had her whole life planned out, and then something happened to where she couldn't do that anymore. I know that she is a politician's daughter, and then she gets a job walking dogs, hence the dogs on the front, and that's all I know about it. And I kind of like not knowing a lot about books because I like being surprised when I go into them. The next book I got is actually a collection of short stories, I believe, and it's Slasher Girls and Monster Boys. I believe they're all supposed to be thriller. It says nightmares, so they're supposed to be like scary short stories. People Tuchok, I believe, is the one who selected these stories, and all of these authors here are the authors that have the stories in here. I've kind of been in a mystery horror-y mood lately, so that's why I picked this up, and I like short story books because I feel like it's quick to get through them because you go from story to story pretty quickly. The next book I got was A Trick of the Light by Lois Metzger. This is a fairly short book. I figured I could get through pretty quickly. I didn't know it was going to be this short, but this book is about a character who was like the star of the baseball team, had his stuff together, and then I know that stuff starts to unravel and kind of get bad for him, and it says there's a voice in his head. So I don't know if maybe he's schizophrenic or maybe supernatural, something's going on, but things start to change, and I think this is a little bit of a mystery as well. The next book I picked up was They All Fell Down by Roxanne Claire. All I know about this book is there are girls that are selected to be on the some type of list, like the hot list or the it girl list, and this year on the list all of them start dying. Basically that's all I know. Yeah, I just read it's the hottest girls in school list, and it says this year if you're on the list you die. So I guess it's gonna be a mystery to find out why all these girls are dying, and should be interesting. Again, I've been really into mystery thriller type books lately. The next book I have I'm really excited about because I've been wanting to pick this up for a while, and that is I Will Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I know all I know about this book is it's about twins. I believe it's one boy and one girl. I might be wrong. One tells the story in the past and one tells it in the future. I think they tell their stories at different times, and they had some type of falling out. I believe there's some LGBTQ stuff going on in this book. I believe the boy is gay, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. It says he falls in love with the boy next door. So I think there's some of that going on, which really interests me because I'm trying to read more diversely. I've heard good things about this book, so I can't wait to pick it up and see for myself. The next book I picked up was The Birds Terabithia by Katherine Patterson. I have never read this book before, and I saw it on there for a decent price. Wanted to pick it up. I didn't know it was the pocket size, but that's not a big deal. I've never read it before, and it's a pretty quick book, so just picked it up. The next book I picked up was The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sherlock Holmes book. I've never read any Sherlock Holmes book, and I've heard good things. I hope that this is some type of series that is not like the 4th or 5th one, because then I would be totally lost. I've watched a couple shows about it, but I've never read anything, so I was interested when I saw this to pick this up and give it a try and see if I like it. And when I put it up there, I noticed that it has a 3 on it. So it's the 3rd one, which means I'm going to have to get the 1st and the 2nd because I'll probably be confused. So there's that. The next book I got was Far, Far Away by Tom McNeill. I think this is some type of supernatural, witchy type mystery book. I'm not 100% sure what this is about. I'm going to read the synopsis on the back for you guys to kind of give you a gist because it's kind of hard to explain. So it says, Jeremy Johnson hears voices, strange whispers. So the citizens of the small town of Never Better treat him like an oddity and an outcast. The town's coltish, copper-haired adventuress takes a bite of a cake so delicious is rumored to be bewitched. She falls in love with the first person she sees, Jeremy. In any other place, this would be a turn for the better for Jeremy, but not in Never Better, where the finder of occasions, whose identity and evil intentions nobody knows, is watching and waiting, waiting and watching. So, interesting synopsis there. I had it on my wish list for a while, so I just went ahead and picked it up. The next book I picked up is Adventures for Your Soul, 21 Ways to Transform Your Habits and Reach Your Full Potential by Shannon Kaiser. This is a self-help book. I've kind of been in a slump lately where I've been kind of lazy and don't want to do things. And I thought, maybe if I read a book about changing things, it'll help me not be lazy. I don't know. But I like reading these kinds of books. I find them interesting. The next book I got was Falling Apart in One Piece, One Optimist's Journey Through the Hell of Divorce by Stacey Morrison. I believe that this is a memoir, and it's about her life and going through her divorce, kind of how she went through it, and I guess she's an optimist. Again, it was something, oh yep, it's a memoir. It says, the emotionally charged story of a divorce that brought the surprising gift of grace. I thought this would be an interesting take on things, kind of like a positive outlook on divorce-ish, so I thought it'd be an interesting read to pick up, and I really enjoy reading other women's memoirs. I find them very interesting, and some of them are very helpful. The next book I got was Crime School by Carol O'Connell. This is another mystery book. The main character is a detective, and there's a girl that gets murdered that she knew, that it says that she betrayed her, so I'm not sure what that means, but it says that it's a girl that she knows, and it reminds her of a scene that she saw when she was younger as a murderer, so I guess it's her trying to piece the puzzles together and find out what's going on. I'm sure it has some thriller-ish type vibes to it. Next book I got was The Lesser Dead by Christopher Buellhan. I'm not 100% sure what this is about. I know it's about vampires, and the main character is a vampire. And it looks like it's set in New York City in the 70s, late 70s, so should be interesting. I really like vampire witchy type books / shows and movies that interest me, so picked this up. Figured it would be a good read for me. The next book I picked up was The Town That Forgot How to Breathe by Kenneth Harvey. All I know about this book is I think it has some type of mysterious past. They're pulling bodies and creatures out of the river, and then there's an illness that takes over the town where people actually just forget how to breathe. So another thriller book, go figure. And this one's a decent sized book. The synopsis really interests me, and this is another one that I really want to pick up soon. The next book I got was Unwind by Neil Shusterman. I really don't know much about this book besides the fact that between the ages of 13 and 18, a parent can unwind their child, which means kind of like, here's their body, use their organs, I don't want them anymore type thing. So it's pretty interesting to me. I don't really know much else about it. I don't want to know much else about it because I've heard good things. In this kind of book, I don't want to know much going into it. Next book I picked up was Scarlett, which is the second book in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. This is a fairy tale retelling. The first one is about, it's called Cinder. That's about Cinderella, and she is a cyborg. This one is about Scarlett, which is Little Red Riding Hood. From what I'm guessing, I do know that all of the characters as they're introduced stay in within the series. Cinder's in this book, Scarlett will be in the next book. I believe there's 4 books in this series. I've heard really good things about it. I really love retellings because I love fairy tales and I like to see different sides of things and how people take things and how they can twist them. So I have Cinder right here. The Lunar Chronicles will probably be the next series that I started, so I want to go ahead and get the second book while I could. So I picked it up. The next 2 books I got were Walking Dead books. This one is The Fall of the Governor, and this one's The Road to Woodbury. I think this one's the second one and this one's the third one. I have the first one right here. These ones are written by Robert Kirkman and Ray Bomasinga. I believe these ones are just kind of based on the governor and his society that he has created. I don't believe it's the show. I don't believe it's not the comic books. I don't believe it follows the show. I believe it's just a different story about the governor. And I'm obsessed with The Walking Dead, so it's something I wanted to pick up. So I figured it'd be quick reads for me because I'm really interested in it, and I figured I'd fly through these. Last 2 books in my book outlet haul are part of the Vampire Diaries series. We have The Fury and the Dark Reunion, and The Return in Midnight. I believe there's 2 in each of these. Again, this is the 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th. I have the first 2 right here. I believe the TV show is taken from these books specifically, so it's something I'm really excited to read because it's one of my favorite series on television, so that's why I picked these up. Alright, so that does it for my book outlet haul. Hopefully this video isn't too long. I got a decent amount of books. Book Outlet is one of my favorite websites to buy books from. Basically, if they have it on Book Outlet, that's where I'm going to buy it from. The shipping on the website is a little pricey, so I make sure I have a decent amount of books that I want to get before I purchase them. This is probably my 4th purchase, I believe, from Book Outlet. Most of the books I've bought recently I've got from them. Again, I'm going to leave their link down below so that you can easily check it out. And I will leave links to all the books I got so you can read reviews on it and see if you're interested in it. Make sure if you do like this video and you like book hauls and stuff like that to give it a thumbs up. And please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm going to be putting out a lot more videos about books, and I'm going to be putting out reviews once I start reading more. I'm almost finished with Gemina, so I'm going to be doing a review of Gemina and Illuminae and doing a book talk on that. So that does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!